Hello friends, how are you doing today? Hope you are doing well, all of you. Okay, so this music is kinda too romantic for my style, so today I was thinking about playing some electro swing, so I will do that probably. Yeah. Okay, hopefully it's not so loud for you. Um, okay, I think we can start. So, hello again. So, let's see actually where we ended up yesterday, and let's run the project. And okay, so yesterday we were able to create or to fill up the space with both cards. I'm just a little bit confused because there should be a fourth player. I was playing a bit with the layout, so maybe I just messed up something. I also fixed the bug with the... Oh, I know what the problem is actually. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, so yeah. So this is our local player and those three players, other players are bots. So today I would like to continue with the maybe some layouting, and probably we will do. I will focus mainly on the environment today and laying out the cards and creating some basic layout for the mobile version. And so okay, so first of all, I would like to get rid of the Skyrim environment, which is here, and to do that you will just have to go to your default environment settings, and then you have something like background here, and you can set it up to a clear color, which is what we are going to do. What do we have here as well? Canvas, keep camera fit. Yeah, so we can maybe also create a camera background or something like that. But for now I want to just use a clear color. And wait, maybe this one, and we can set it up to something else than just a black one. Doesn't really matter actually, so it's just for now because we are going to have some nice environment prepared. So for those of you who haven't seen the game yet, I would like to actually show you the screenshot of the game on the desktop version of the Famousity. So this is already on Steam if you want. You can see the link here. And yeah, so as you can see, you have like the table environment and players around you, and some fancy environment behind all of that. Yeah, so we would like to. We won't be like exactly mimicking this because we are on a mobile, so we would like to adjust it to mobile users and mobile user experience. But I think basic stuff will be there, so there will be some table there. We will have dealt card in the middle you are trying to win, and some deck and table cards, which are basically the cards you already like won, and you can make a combination between those. So that's probably it. And yeah, so let's see if this does anything. Okay, so now we have just a clear environment, no sky, no nothing. And I would like to actually put a table here, so we can basically lay out all of the players around the table. So let me create a new node, and we will call it, well, this will be a spatial node. No, I think just a node. And we will call this one environment. environment, and inside this environment we will have a table which should be basically a box. In Godot it should be something like computer generated graphics, and we will use the box. Yep, that's the one. And yeah, so let's put it in the middle. Let's make it a little bit lower. No. Not this. Do I need to scale it? Okay. So let's use 1.1. Actually, we will need to also move a camera to the back a little bit. So let's do that. Maybe a little bit up, and then we will basically look downwards a bit, but for now it's okay. We will adjust it during the live view. So let's get back to the box. So this will be called table, and let's make it a little bit thinner, maybe like this. And we will see about the width and about the width of the table. So yeah, and what do we also need here is to put some material on it. So I already have some material based on the texture, so let me assign it to the box. I don't see it here for some reason. Let me check if it's seen in the live version. It's not. Okay, let's check the material. So I have added a texture into the albedo. Let's use unshaded. Actually, yeah, that might be the issue. Basically, I actually don't have any lights in the scene, I guess, so that might be the issue. So that's why it was black. Let's see now. Okay, so table is here, and we wanted to adjust the camera a little bit. And one more thing I want to do here is to basically not use the whole texture just for the area. I want to use the texture for I want to use a repeated texture, so I will adjust the UV for X, then we can put 2 and 2 here, so it's like more dense and the texture is different on the whole area. Is this one I'm looking for? Maybe we can check here. So we have, I think I have 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 here as well. Okay. I will also need to take care of we'll need to take care of the lights, because as you can see here, you don't see any shades, any shading. So yes. But we will do that as the next step. So I want to adjust camera a little bit. So let me put this one here. And so I want to move my camera a little bit more up. Even a little bit more, even more. And then I would like to note this one. Let me check how can I do in the, okay, so this is rotation. Oh yeah, these ones. I'm looking for the green one. Oh, it is a red one, isn't it? Yep. Okay. and still a little bit up more. I think the music might be too loud, so let me just put it into the background. So, okay, a little bit to the front. Even more. Even a little bit more. I think that's enough. So we should see the whole table, and we should also see some cards of the opponents here, and cards of the opponents on this side and this side, and we should see all our cards on the bottom. But we should be aware of that it's a mobile, so the cards for you should be a little bit bigger, but that's not a problem. So maybe if they will cover the 1/3 of the screen, it should be enough. It should be readable. And okay, so this is for the table. And let me save this one. Let me make sure it's saved, so I don't want to rerun it. Okay. And now we want to adjust the cards as well. So placements of the players. Okay, so the local player. Actually, the local player hands should be on the. It should be on the camera, but yeah. As for now, I have a scene called player, which basically combines hand and table. But that's the issue, because we basically want the table to be on the table and hand to be on the camera and moving with it with the camera. But maybe we don't really want to do that, and yeah. So this will be a little bit tricky. Enable editable children. Okay, so I can edit children from here. And I should be able to adjust the table and the hand. Yeah, I'm just thinking how do I want to do it for the player hand, because basically you want to see your cards all the time, but the camera will be moving to see maybe the cards in the middle, maybe the cards what's on the opponent card, and that's actually it. Because you will need to compare the cards in your hand with the card in the table or other cards. Okay, so for now I will just leave it like that, but I will just adjust the placement of the local player, and that should be okay. So let's go a little bit to the back. No. I will probably need to adjust the. Let me just 1.5, 1.4. Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit more up. Yeah, and 1.5. Yep. Okay, and the rotation of the camera is 50 degrees. How does 45 look? 45. Yeah, 50 was okay. Minus 50. So we will have the same rotation for our local player, so it's facing the camera directly. That's it. and we will need to put it a little bit up, so it's in front of the table. And we will also need to make it a little bit smaller, so it's not like in your face. So let me scale that a bit, so that's 1.8. Is this enough? No. I mean 0.6. This looks okay. We have some rotation here, or that's just the z-axis of the tables, I guess. That's not an issue, but maybe the z-axis of the card should be a little bit lower. Actually, for the local player, it won't play such a role because they will be spread. So maybe their z-axis will be the same. Okie dokie. So that's for that. Let me just adjust these values so it's a little bit more rounded. 0.3. 1.3. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one. 0.1. Interesting. So if I adjust this z-axis scaling, it will also adjust the scaling of the placement. So yeah, that makes sense, because that's what I was experiencing yesterday when I was placing the cards, and I was basically offsetting them as a width of the card, and it wasn't really width of the card, because I had to take also the scale into the account. Okay, so that's for our local player. That's okay. And where is our left player actually? Oh, it's quite high. So let's move it a little bit to the X. 0. Yeah, so z-axis will be on the table center. Y-axis will be also maybe on the 0, and X should be -2 or something like that. And we also need to scale this a bit, but this will be 0.5, even smaller, because it's not like we want to see that as so big. So yeah, 0.1 is too small. 0.2 should be just enough. Okay, maybe -1, -1.5. Yeah, and we also would like to rotate it a bit, and I'm thinking if we want to also rotate it around the y-axis, so -90 should be like this. Okay, so this is directly facing the table, so that's actually what we want, right? Maybe a little bit more, a little bit up. 0.2. Yep. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Actually, I should be adjusting hand, not the whole player, but it doesn't really matter for now. The local player should have... oh, maybe, yeah. I need to make some base. So Is this okay? It seems okay. So I can see how many cards does the player have, so that's important information for me. And on the other side, we will have something similar, so but we will have like, can we copy this translation? Is it possible to copy the transformation? Probably not. Copy params. Maybe. Okay, so I also need to adjust the layout, and that's left aligned. Is it left aligned? So this, actually, I think all of those should be basically centered. Yesterday I was thinking about the different layouting, because how I wanted to see the cards was just not very spatial, but just plain looking at them from the top. So basically all of those will have centered as a layout. We will need to implement this as well still, so it's not implemented. And left, front, right. So we want to focus on the right now. So let me check. Okay, let me try to copy these params here, and let me put them into here. And let me just change this to 1.2. Cool. But we also need to rotate this way. Okay, so the thing, it's not centered in the middle of the table, is because we don't really have the layout, so that's fine. It's a little bit moved to the right, and this one is a little bit moved to the left for now, but it's okay. Okay, and the front one will have the y-axis as 1, maybe. Book. So x will be 0, y will be 0.1, that's fine, and z, we will need to move the z to the back. Let me do it here. Yep, that's the stuff. Cool. Okay. I think that's pretty what I'm looking for actually for now. So the main information here is your cards. You can see all of them. Maybe they are still a little bit too big, but we can adjust it later, because you basically will need to spread them, and I don't want to have like so much scrolling. Excuse me. So maybe this might be a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think that should be pretty visible, right? I know I'm on the desktop and it's stretched, but on a mobile phone, yeah, maybe 0.5 should be okay. Let's have a compromise here. Okay, yeah, that's perfect, or near perfect. Okay. So what's next? Next one should be... Okay, so we should focus on the layout of the cards, and proper layout of the cards. So let's go to the code now. We can basically save this scene here. Let's just rerun it so we are sure that it's working as intended. Perfect. It's not working as intended because... Yeah, so there is an error here. Player cannot be found. I think I have some issue here in the logic. I was changing the... So yesterday I had an infinite here because I was doing this. So as you can see, I was changing the... I was shifting the elements in the list, but I was checking all the original lists. So this could never be true. So I will need to change this to this, but there is still some issue here. Let me just to... I will probably need to run it from here so we can break points. Yep, so let me check rotated. So what's the rotated at the end of this cycle? Okay, so we have Monaco twice here for some reason. So some player got here twice. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, so I shouldn't be actually using this list anymore when I create a copy of it. Okay, cool. So that's a bug we solved pretty quickly. Oops, cool. Perfect. But before I will do the layouting, I would like to also implement the animations and twinning. So for that, I basically want to have a deck card here, which will which the place card will be taken from. So let me actually want to do it on a camera, don't I? Or maybe not on a camera. Actually, I want to do it on the... So what I'm looking for is to create a node which will be always visible on the screen. Yeah, but that's not the right thing to do, because I need it to be spatial, so I can move the cards from there. I could do something like the card is moving from the top right corner to the hand of player. But yeah, that's the one solution. But I want to actually do this one. So let me create a card deck node here, and that will be spatial. Yep, and the spatial, that will be card deck. And for now I want to just put on a single card here so I can see how it looks like. So let me go to the... okay. Yeah, perfect. So okay, so what I'm trying to do is to... Oh, it's in the same spot as the camera, so I need to move it a little bit to the back. Transform. Okay, and the question is now if the z-axis is relative to the camera, and it should be. Yeah, it is, so that's fine. Oh wait, too far. Or is it? It might not be, actually. Wait, no, it's under the table. Yeah, it is, okay. So it's relative to the camera, and that's what I'm looking for, actually. So maybe 1 point... -2. Even more. But we also need to move it to the right. So 1, no, 2. Yep. Actually, I can just make it smaller, so that might be fine. Oh, -1. No, -2 was okay. So I want to do it smaller. 0.5. Okay, that's still quite big. Maybe 1.3. Yeah, that's the size I'm looking for. Okay. So yeah, somewhere like that. And I actually want to rotate the deck around the what axis? The y-axis. Okay, perfect. So that will be our card deck, and we will basically take the cards from here on the table. We will also have some number here, how many cards are left. So yeah, let me do that. So this one will be some text in space. And maybe for this one I will need to create a canvas. Okay, let me check the documentation actually. Or maybe not even a documentation, but Google, I mean Godot 3D text. How to achieve something like that. And then copy the code available in GUID in 3D demo. Basically, this scene we will have a quote. Yeah, so we will use a quote here. But I will also need the... I will also need the GUID. Okay, well, let's check here. I'm not sure what's the... I think we will need to go somewhere here in the canvas item, but we will need to create a canvas for that. But let me just check the spatial if there is something like that there. Maybe if not we'll leave it for later, because it's... I don't want to play with the canvases right now. Okay, I don't think there is something like that in the spatial. Okay, so for now we will just show the card deck. And okay, so let's go to the code actually. And we will need a card deck. No. We don't want to edit this file. So let me remove this card from here. I hope I saved the positioning from for the card deck. Let me just check it here. Oh, I didn't. Blocks. Oh, maybe I did. I just didn't. I'm just not seeing any cards here, so that's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so we will need to have a script for card deck. Or maybe we won't create a separate card deck class, but we will maybe just do it inside the card container. I'm thinking. This is abstract class anyway, so doesn't really matter, right? So we can call it the layout stack, I guess. Yep. Okay, we won't be using this for now. And I really wonder if this this class will be even the abstract class, because probably the layout is defining how we are layouting the cards. We already have a hand. So cards on the table will be spread. That's clear. And cards in the hand will be based on the layout, so that's fine. And basically the card deck will be stack cards, so that's also doable here, from here. So I guess we don't really need that. Book. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, actually I will keep this hand for now, because we probably will need some interactions for the players, but that won't be a separate class for that, I guess. But for now we can just do this and implement the layouting here in this abstract class. You know what, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have separate classes for now. I don't need it. And I want to actually use this class to assign it to the deck. So I need to have for that I need to have this class not abstract. So let me just assign this to here. I cannot do that because it doesn't recognize it before it builds. We have some issue. Yep, hand. Okay, yeah. So I'm using this hand in the player, I guess. Book script, and we want to change it to card container. Cool. Save. Let's go back to game and let's do the same for the card deck. So let's assign script and let's do a card container here. And the card container already has the layout stuff here. And I want to actually export it to the Godot, so I can set the layout from Godot. I will need to build it. That's fine. That's fine. And yeah, as you can see here, we have a card deck and we can set the layout to stack. That's what I'm looking for the card deck. And for all the players we have something similar, but in the player class, which is basically just propagating this value to the hand. But maybe I don't really need that here, because if I do it here, oh yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, once again, I have a player and I have also some hand card container layout here, which basically sets a layout to the hand when on the initialization, but I don't really need that. I was doing that because I was having these separate nodes for each player, and I would set the specific layout for each player, but I can actually do it right on the hand, because I can expand this and make these children editable and change it directly here. So let's do this. centered. Let's do the same for this one. Centered. And the local hand should be spread, that's fine. Okay. Am I missing anything here? I don't think so. And we can also get rid of the set layout method here. Okay. One more thing, I wonder if I can use okay. Sorry, my OBS likes to crash from time to time, so I had a pretty bad crash here. Okay, so let me just fix the issue here. So what am I looking for? Hence, okay, so we still have some reference to the hand script, and is it in these ones? No, that's fine. It should be in the player, but I already changed it in here, so it shouldn't be an issue here. Maybe I didn't save it. Let me just rebuild it. Yeah, I think I know what's going on, and that's we are basically trying to cast somewhere. Right? No. Let me try to run it from here. So, what's the problem here? I'm looking for this hand script, and I'm not sure why. I don't reference it from anywhere. Or am I? Oh, I have a hand scene here. I have a hand scene. Yeah. I'm referencing it from here. Bullocks. So, card container. Okay, that should fix it. Yeah, so I have a separate node for the hand, and I'm using basically the hand here. Yeah, so that's why the issue. I'm looking there if there is something like reset the net node, but it doesn't really make sense because I didn't change the script here. Okay, so this should be running right now. Cool. Okay, and as we get rid of the hand, it was doing some offset placement of the cards. We don't have the cards placed correctly, but that's okay, that was expected. So let's go to here. And now, okay, so let's just think about it. How do we want to proceed? So we have few layouts here, and first one is spread. So spread layout should be like you have cards one next to the other. They are not overlapping each other. Center should be like we could see before, so the cards are overlapping. And stack should be like the cards are stacked one on another. So let's take over spread as the first one. And okay, so we will actually receive a card from some parent context, which is calling this card container. And what we do here for the card? I am a little bit worried that we already have this card as a child here. Yeah, that's not like what I want. And I was explaining it yesterday, so let me just go to the run manager. And the problem here is that when I'm dealing cards to the players, I'm basically creating a new instance of the card from the card manager based on the card data I will receive. That's just a data object, and based on that I would like to initialize the card node. But to do that, so initialization means that I will save the card ID, and I will basically make or set up the textures of the cards, add symbols and stuff like that based on the data. But I cannot do that because at this moment I don't really have this action called yet. But what I could do here, maybe I could just reference the frame directly from here, because I don't really need it further. I only need it for initialization, right? I guess so. Okay, let me try to do that. That might fix the issue and make the code a little bit more clean. So symbols container. Symbols container will be here. And action will be this node. And we can basically delete all those things. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we still need the symbol scene, but we can also do this in the add symbols. So we will have something like that here, because we won't be using it further, so we don't really need to have it like private fields of this class. So this should be working, right? I should be able to reference the nodes even before this parent node was not added to the parent, right? Anything else needs to be changed here? I don't think so. Okay, and in the card manager, I want to actually don't want to do this. And in our card container, I want to do this, but not now. I want to just play it and see if there is any error based on the frame. Okay, let me check the debug. Wait, okay, so doesn't seem there is an error, so it might be working. And to verify that, I will just uncomment this class, this line. Let me check. So if we see any cards here, it's working. Cool. Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to do. So let me just clean up the code and get rid of this parameter here. We won't use it, so yep. Let's clear this, and in the round manager, let me check. Add card. Okay, so it won't be add card, but get card from card manager, because we are not adding it anymore, and we are basically adding it to the player's hand. Okay, so that's where the magic happens. Okay, so so what I want to do here is to, when every time I will add a card, I want to relay out the hand and move the cards to the left a little bit, so the basically all the cards are centered or spread or whatever the layout is. And I remember in Unity I was doing something like I was reacting to children change or something like that, the event. I wonder if there is something like that in the Godot. So let me check. Godot children is changed. So that might be some signal here for changing the child node. This is not what I'm looking for. Animated body is changing child's position. Nope. How to change parent? Nope. Proper to no. Godot children change. Children. Event. I'm looking for something like that. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So signal when child is added to the node. Node has notifications, notification parented and notification unparented. Okay, so this would be, if I understand it correctly, it would be on the child node, which I'm not looking for. I'm looking for the parent event. Yeah, I could also just call relay out here. And I think I will just do that. So okay, so the relay out will just relay out all the cards. So what we need to do is to iterate over the children and move them to the correct position. So we will need an index. Get child count. Okay. Get child index. Do I need a specific class here? Maybe not. Okay. So we will need to find out the position of the card and move it to there. So okay, so let's do the simplest one, and that's the spread. So case 0. Maybe I will extract it to method to function. And that function will be called var position get layout position, or maybe card position index. Index should be enough. That will be vector 3 index, and there we will have our switch, which I didn't actually copy it. So layout case spread vector 0. Okay, so let me think about the logic. So if we have a single card, then okay, so what we need for cards, we need its width, the card's width. So we probably need to put a card here. Can we get the width of the card? Scale transform get view viewport? No. I'm sorry. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for some box of the card. Right. How is it called in the Unity? Ah, okay. So I think I will I have card width. Okay, yeah. So I have actually only constant here for that. That's not an issue. Maybe I will need to adjust this constant for based on the scale. But yeah, let me just use this. So actually, let me create a utility class here for constants. Util. Float card width. And I think the width was something like that. When I first when I was playing with that. Interface cannot field. Cannot really. Public static class. What's the problem? Yep. Okay, and so let's go back here. Okay. Okay, so we will also need a child count here. So I mean, where child count get child count, and okay, so this is all cards. So even if we have only single card and the index is 0, then what we want to do is just to move it half of the width of the card. So let me just do this for now. So we can adjust the width of the card, because I'm not sure what's the correct number there. Okay, so yeah, for now let's just do this and we will adjust it later. So new vector, and x-axis will be card come on, man, constants. Jesus, I didn't put a public here, so card width divided by 2, and the other ones will be 0, 0, or maybe not 0 for that. It will be, yeah, for the spread one it will be 0. We don't have to move it to the front or back. So now okay, let me try to run it, how it looks like. It seems to be in the middle, but I'm not sure if that's not I don't think that's the work of this. No, it's not because I'm not really using it. Yeah, so it's already in the middle because when I put the card to the hand is in the middle. The hand is in the middle, and the card is based. It's not like putting. It's not like doing it from here. So based on this knowledge, based on this knowledge, we will. Okay, so let me just do the simplest scenario here. So the simplest scenario will be something like this. So we are moving the card based on its index to the right by the card width. So one more thing here needs to be done, and that's card position. I mean translate or translation. Oh yeah, that's one. Position. Okay. Okay, let me rerun it. Cool. So we almost got the card with right. That will be 1.8, right? Almost. It's not 0.9, it's a little bit less because I don't want any. I want to have some space in between those cards, but that's not the card width, and we will operate on the card width maybe later. Maybe we won't. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this, and let's not worry about the spacing. Nah. No, I don't like it. It's called card width, so it should be card width. It will be confusing. Yeah, I know this is a stupid way to do it, but I just sometimes I like to do some things like stupid way. Okay, that seems to be near perfect. So we have a card width, and yeah, I still wonder if this card width will actually be card width, because when I'm going to use it for the other players, I wonder if it's not gonna be like based on the scaling. But it shouldn't be. No, the scaling should be okay. Yeah, we can test it actually. I can test it really quickly. But I have to run it from here, from Godot. Yeah. So how I want to test it is, I want to just change the scale now and see if the positioning will change. It shouldn't. Yeah, it won't. I'm almost sure. So 0.4. Yep, exactly. That would be silly. So as I'm not changing the card scaling, I'm changing the container or parent of this card. then it should be okay. And I changed it here, and I don't want to actually save it. Okay. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second one is to move the cards to the left. So we will subtract from this position, and we will subtract how much child count. So if you have only one child, then nothing should be subtracted. If we have two children, so we will have first card in the middle basically, and the second card will be on the right from there. So you will need to move it by half of the card. So that's constants, card width, half of the card. It should be correct. See, that's what I was looking for. Perfect. And one more thing is to add some spacing there. Okay, some spacing. Spacing, we will have something like 0.1, maybe even less. Let me check. Maybe we can base it on a card width, or maybe we can just let me do this way. So or maybe not the width, but offset will be card offset step card width and times 1.05, and we will use this as our offset, and it should be here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Offset step is double, and we want to have it float. Let me check right now. Perfect. Maybe the space could be a little bit lower. Huh. No, we have some freeze. We have some exception. What's this exception? Network exception? Oh, it's the exception when I actually was destroying the client and the network manager didn't really take care of that properly. That's fine. So 0.03. That's fine. Or maybe half of that. So we have some nice numbers there. Yep, that's it. Cool. And so that's the first thing. The second one is I want to actually do it as an animation. So it's not like only changing the translation of this. We want to tween it to this position. And to do this, we will use a tween. And let me just make a utility here, a utility class here. Utils. This will be static class, and what I want to do here is to be able to get a twin from any node, and if it's not there, I just want to create it. So public twin get twin from node. So node get node twin. So this will be always as a child here. Twin, and if twin is 0, now then we want to actually create a twin and add it to the node for later use. So new twin, no parameters, node add child twin, and return our twin. No. Public static get twin. Okay. So where twin get twin utils get twin for our card, and twin what's the interpolate, right? Something like that. Interpolate property, yeah, that's the one, and the property will be of card. Property should be called position, I guess. I'm not sure, I will need to check that. Maybe translation. Initial will be card get translation, and the final will be our position, and we also need a duration that will be like 0.2 seconds, and we can adjust it later, and we also need to call start on that. Okay, so let's see how this looks like. Much better. So we have some animation there. The only problem here is that we want to also have a card deck, and we want to deal cards from the card deck. So, well, it's not a problem, but that's how we want to do it, because for now it's only dealing the cards from 0 position. Whoop. But it's really nice. Okay. But before that, before the cards deck, I just want to do all the layouts, remaining layouts. So the other one is centered. That's for other players. And offset step in this case will be not card width, but basically 0.3 of the card width, because we want to kind of stack one on each other. So basically this should be actually it. And one more thing we will need to do is to handle a Z index. As you can see, they are overlapping here, so we also want to change that index based on the index of the card, and that will be multiplied by 0.01, so it's not like too much into the front, maybe even less. It just needs to be some small value, so it's not overlapping when it's rendered. Cool. Okay, so maybe we can even implement the last layout, and that's a stack one. And the stack one, it will be for deck card decks, and that will be we don't need this. So x-axis will stay the same. Y-axis will not stay the same. Z-axis will stay the same. So y-axis is based on the wait. Is it so? No, wait. This is x-axis. This is y-axis, and no. We want to adjust this z-axis, and we want to put it more into the front when they are stacking. So 0 index multiplied by 0. You know what? I want to just test it for here, and let me just test it on the local left player. So we will change the hand to from center to stack. So left player should now have the card stacked. See, like that. But I'm thinking it should actually be minus. But even that's not right, because when I'm taking cards from the card deck, I want to take from the top, and that should be the first card, not the last one. Or maybe the last one, actually. Or what makes more sense? It should be the last one, but the problem here is that well, it's not a problem for this view. Okay, I guess this is okay. Yep. Let me just rerun it and recheck it. Okay, so they are stacking on one on each other, and this first one should be on the top. That's correct. Cool. Okay, so let's implement the card deck actually, and that will be the last thing for today.